Hello, welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports. This is a reaction video to two viewers who made comments, and I thought, why not? Let's answer their comments, but not just in text in the comment section, but why not create a video so that other people may come across this information and it could be helpful to them too. So Martin and Lisa Graham. Lisa's up in the Pacific Northwest, and she's getting ready for a ride where she's got back-to-back centuries. And I know that a lot of these events, for a lot of people, are supported, fully supported. But I thought, why not respond to their inquiries? Because even when the ride is fully supported, I still bring all my own fuel. And I think that's what Lisa might be thinking. Hey, if I have my own fuel, then I just kind of pick a little bit at the aid stations, but I know what works for my body, and I know what I can digest, and I know how I perform with whatever product that is. So I wanted to share with you what I do, and I've never wanted this channel to be about selling something to you. So please understand this is just a little bit out of my comfort zone because I don't want to sell product. I want to review product, and there's a difference. There's two brands I'm going to talk about today. So full disclosure, I don't get sponsorships from them. I don't get free product from them. I use them, I should say, I buy them for my customers, and I pay with my own money what I am going to present to you. But in the past, many years ago, I did get sponsored by Carbo Pro, and I was getting they have an interesting philosophy on how you get your calories, how you get your amino acids, and how you get your electrolytes, and they're going to be three different things. And the other product I'm going to talk about, they combine the electrolytes, they combine the carb source, and they combine the amino acids. So just two different philosophies. They're both great, and it depends on how you want to use them. So what I thought I would do is break down what I ate, which is basically what I drank, during my 6.5-hour ride on Saturday. So that ride was 6.5 hours. I should have looked this up, but I don't know, 3,000 kilojoules probably. And it was about 98 miles and over 8,000 feet of climbing. So about 8,500 feet. And I felt phenomenal. I felt really, really, really strong all the way through the ride and at the finish of the ride as well. I averaged about 111 grams of carbs throughout the 6.5 hours, and I ingested about 2,950 calories, so about 300 calories per hour. Okay, so let's break down what I used and how it is recommended that you use, and then you figure out what your stomach can tolerate. I strongly believe that the more fueled you are, the better you will perform. Okay, as a matter of fact, I strongly believe that if someone is undertrained for an event and they're like all conflicted, oh my God, I signed up for this event 3 months ago, 6 months ago, I haven't done the training, it's okay. Do the event. Fuel yourself, maybe more than you would normally, and you will be fine. Even if you have trained well, take in those calories because you will perform a lot better. I think a lot of people make the excuse that, oh, I haven't been training, I haven't been riding.
It's 12 o'clock.
There it is, it's 12 o'clock. I haven't been training, I haven't been riding, I'm not going to do well, whether it be a shop ride or whether it be a century or a climbing century of 10,000 feet or something. Eat, drink, you will do fine. As I mentioned in the previous video, people completely miss the boat on fueling. You have to fuel, and you have to fuel a lot. And let me mention one thing, because I think, and please, I'm not sexist, but it's very stereotypical that women will underfuel. This happens a lot. As I mentioned in previous videos, I mean, 75 to 80% of my customers are women. So I know this. I've coached a lot of women over the years. Many of them cannot get past the fact that they have to take in calories. And when you tell them 250 calories per hour, they just can't grasp the fact that they are expending 500, 600, 700 calories per hour if they're going really hard. But even at a moderate pace, you are still burning more calories than you are putting in. You are always going to be at a deficit. Take in the calories, please. You will feel better. You will ride better. So if I tell you 200 calories per hour, trust me, you are burning way more than 200 calories per hour. Whatever's going on in your head, whatever stuff is going on off the bike. I mean, I tell people all the time, do not diet on the bike. On the bike, you fuel yourself. You fuel yourself for the work required. When you're off the bike, sure, watch your calories, eat less, exercise more, whatever thing you believe is going to work for you, do that. But on the bike, you have to fuel yourself. You will burn more than you can take in. All right, so let's get on to what I used on my ride Saturday and what I've used successfully. So this is a product. It's from Crank Sports, and as you can tell, I am alone today, so I want to make sure that you understand that maybe some things won't come into focus. Now, this has a small scoop inside, so when I give you these numbers, they're not, they're not these big heaping scoops. As a matter of fact, the scoop is one scoop is 18.5 grams, so it's a small scoop. But each scoop of this has 70 calories, 17 grams of carbs, 130 milligrams of sodium, and 50 milligrams of potassium. So you can extrapolate this out for how many scoops you wish to put in there. Now, once again, this is on a standard 26-ounce water bottle like this guy here, okay? This is very standard. Most bike shops sell this size, 26 ounce. This is what I do. 5 scoops of this Crank product gives me 350 calories, gives me 85 grams of carbs. And so remember, we're trying to shoot for that 80 grams. If you can digest more, 90 grams. And if you can digest even more, 100 grams per hour, okay? So 5 scoops, 350 calories, 85 grams of carbs, 650 milligrams of sodium, and 250 milligrams of potassium. Now, I need to caution you because in their label, they say no more than 4 scoops because it could inhibit this or that. You have to test what your stomach can digest. I say this because everyone digests at a different rate, and so you want that gastric emptying, you want that product to flow through. All right. Now, one of the things that's important about this product is it's only about 5 grams of sugar. Yeah, total sugars, only 5 grams. And so if we take 5 scoops, that's 25 grams of sugar. Because I know that a lot of people are like, well, the sugars. I'm sorry, people, but sugars is a fuel. So you have to take it in. All right. So no more than 4 scoops. That's what they recommend. This is what I do. You test for yourself. Also, it has a fructose component. Fructose. You say potato, I say potato. That is very important because there's only fructose is only digested and used in one energy system, whereas maltodextrin and some of these other sugars are used in the other energy system. So you need a little bit of both, right? So that's why I use that product, because it has that. It has my electrolytes. Then I use this product. And the reason I use this product is because it has no flavor. You have to put a lot of scoops in your bottle before you get any flavor. And the only thing you can get is a mild sweetness. Okay, and it's a very, very fluffy powder, so it dissolves very easily in anything that you put it into. So each scoop of this is 100 calories and 25 grams of carbs. So then I do 3 scoops of this. So remember, we had 5 scoops of this was 350 plus 3 more of this. This is what I'm pounding on. 3 more of this is another 300 calories. That's 650 calories per bottle. I carry 2 on my bike. I'm fortunate enough that my frame is a standard size frame, 55, and 55 centimeter, and I can put 2 bottles in. If you're restricted because your bottle cage, maybe you have issues getting 2 bottles in your bike. You know, there are side loader cages, so you can bring the bottle from the side, because maybe that top tube is getting in the way when you pull a bottle out. Or maybe go to smaller bottles, but you should have 2 bottles on your bike. If you have a flat kit on your bike in your second bottle storage, I mean, that's about an hour's worth of fuel, 1 bottle, that's it. You should not be going out for 3-4 hour rides, 2-3-4 hour rides with only one water bottle on your bike. This is all dependent on you. I can ride 6 hours on 2 bottles, but let's just say the norm should be at least a bottle to a bottle an hour to a bottle every hour and a half. I generally can go 3 to 4 hours per bottle. Okay, so what are those total numbers? 650 calories, 160 grams of carbs, 650 milligrams of sodium, and 250 milligrams of potassium. So you need those electrolytes to keep you from cramping, and it also helps in absorption. Now, that's just what's in my bottles. So 650 plus 650, that is 1,300, and 160, and 320 grams of carbs. Then I supplement with other things. I like their gels as well. So I will use their gels in combination. So this is a Crank product still. And let me tell you what each gel has. So each one of these gel packets, and you can fold that down just to kind of get an idea of how big that is. It's just slightly bigger than a business card. Okay. That'll give you 150 calories, 37 grams of carbs, 230 milligrams of sodium, and 85 milligrams of potassium. So a very concentrated fuel source here. And if you take 2 of these an hour, bottom of the hour, top of the hour, bottom of the hour, top of the hour. So you roll out at 8 o'clock, 8:30, boom. 9 o'clock, boom, another one. And then you just keep doing that. That's already 74 grams of carbs. Now, if you're a keto person, which I am, I do keto, and I also do, I'm primarily a carnivore, so I don't mean to offend anyone, but I only eat meat. Very little carbs of any source. If you're a keto person, you are freaking out right now, because I just finished telling you that just one of these gels is 37 grams, which is what a low carb diet is, about 30 grams or less, or 50 grams or less of carbohydrates throughout the day. And I'm going to consume quite a bit of these. I did 11 on Saturday, but then the rest of the week, no carbs whatsoever. But this works for me. You have to decide what works for you. If scratch product works for you, if tailwind works for you, if whatever. You choose the product that you know you digest well. You pile in the calories into your bottle, because it's so much easier to drink your calories than to try to rip out a packet, do this, or try to eat a bar, or try to eat Cliff Blocks, or you name the product, trail mix, any of these things. It's a pain to try to eat that while you're riding and you're trying to chew and you're trying to breathe. And then, of course, someone starts talking to you, right? So that's what I do. I would love to help you folks try to tailor your nutrition, so I can do some consultation on the side for you. We take into account your event and all these other kinds of things. So if you're interested in that, I'm available for that. But this is a very good combination of stuff. And it's a very simple thing to do. Maybe you don't want electrolytes and you don't want flavor and you just want straight carbs. Then I use this, and I get those little liquid squirt bottles, like a Crystal Light flavor. So pick your favorite flavor. Let's say you like raspberry lemonade. Buy one of those, I don't know, $2-3 at your favorite grocery store. Put this in your bottle, put a squirt of that in there, and all day long you're drinking raspberry lemonade. How yummy is that, right? Because this doesn't have any flavor, and you're getting all the calories and all the carbs you need while drinking something that is pleasant to your palate. Because, by the way, most things aren't very tasty once they're concentrated. So you want something that has a very neutral flavor or no flavor. So when you concentrate it, it's not something that is off-putting. You want to be able to drink it all day long. And speaking of all day long, the baggie is your friend, okay? I get a Ziploc baggie. I put extra powder in it. And when I'm out on the road somewhere, convenience store, all I need is water. Take the powder, put it into my bottles, add more water, off I go, okay? Couple of things about this product that's pretty interesting. So it's gluten-free, vegan-free, GMO-free. It's I'm sorry, not vegan-free, but vegan, gluten-free, and non-GMO. But it's kind of interesting because they're, and this is always a tough word for me, osmolality is right around 200 to 220, which is just below your own body fluids of 280 to 300. So it's very easily assimilated, absorbed. And I want to share something else with you. So 2 scoop serving of this, which would be 200 calories and 50 grams of carbs, is equivalent to half a pound of pasta or 1 pound of potatoes. You tell me what's easier to carry, 2 scoops in your water bottle or a pound of potatoes. And this is for those people that are all about, well, real food, solid, let's get rid of all these powders. Let's do this and that. Great. If that works for you, please keep doing that. Not to mention, there was a double century I did in the central coast of California. One of the aid stations had a bunch of potatoes, the little red mini ones. I just loaded them up with salt, wrapped them up, put them in my jersey, and took off. I already had fuel with me, but this was a supplement, and it just felt really good to eat them. So I'm not against potatoes. I'm just saying it's easier to carry powder in your bottles than to try to eat a potato while you're riding, whether you're climbing or you're in a pace line, and it's impossible, right? To pull out a potato, unwrap it, Scratch Labs has those cookbooks where you make those rice cakes, you do all that stuff. That's all fine and dandy if your ride has regroups, if your ride has a slower pace from time to time, things like that. Rick Liang also asked the question, do you fuel on a 1,000-meter climb? Well, yeah, that's 3,300 feet of climbing in one shot. If you're not fueling, that's about an hour's worth of climbing. If you're not fueling, you're falling behind schedule. So yes, I fuel by drinking it, or maybe I'll squeeze a gel in my mouth. So I won't be chewing, of course. But yes, if you're on a long climb, this is again the muscle memory. So I talked about this in a previous video. I stand up, I do 10 pedal strokes while I'm standing. I sit down. So, shift up to a harder gear, shift up, stand up, do my 10 pedal strokes, sit down, shift down, right? Get back to it in the one easier gear, and I automatically reach for my bottle. That is just something I do every time I stand, every time on a long climb. Get up, do 10, 15 pedal strokes, sit back down, drink, slam the bottle, and then I'm continuing to climb up this 6,000 foot climb, because we've got those here in California, these 20 plus milers. If you don't fuel on your way up, you're going to be in the hurt locker later, because it's a 6,000 feet of gain climb, nearly 2,000 meters of climbing in one shot. Anyway, that's all for today. Please make comments below. I want to continue this discussion, and I want to continue to help you fuel and do your next event the best way possible. Get the best out of yourself by fueling yourself. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you up the road.